Before I get started on any of my material tonight, sometimes as comedians we get asked to do kind of weird things, and before the show tonight someone asked me to make fun of their husband because it's his birthday today, and I'm going to point to him right now. He just gave the worst face ever. But I'm actually not going to make fun of you because I said to her, is there anything about him you can tell me that maybe I should make fun of? And I'm actually going to read what she wrote. This is what she wrote. I couldn't think of anything, then I remembered something really funny. Okay, so Anthony is Italian and very hairy. A couple of weeks ago, I was helping him to do some trimming.
Are you serious?
LOL. Manscaping. Well, long story short, I cut him with scissors on his penis. You not only cut your husband's penis, you wanted someone to make fun of him for it. Are you like Sweeney Todd the Demon Barber? What the fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit! And I started trying to think of jokes, and they all went around to Lorena Bobbitt. Which got me thinking, like, that's kind of like a lame old term. But the reason it's a lame old term is because Lorena Bobbitt, there hasn't been any famous women who are cutting off men's penis because men are smart enough to not let their wives have scissors around their dick. Why do you have your wife manscaping for you? Why don't you do it yourself?
I said, trust me.
Is this a birthday present? I don't know. Now I don't know how to start my set. Holy shit. So how you guys doing? What do you guys think of this hoodie? Does it look alright on me?
Great.
I got this hoodie a couple weeks ago. I thought it was cool because it has a cord in the pocket for your iPod.
Oh, shit.
And the strings are actually like earbuds, which I thought was pretty cool, right? That's kind of cool. Except it's not because...
It looks weird.
Thanks for calling it out for me. I appreciate that. I want to cut your penis off now. Because you look like a douchebag with strings in your ears, which I figured out 4 days after wearing it. I do my set like this, I think. If they can't hear you, I sound like Mike Murray, the deaf comic. Are you laughing? I don't know. Inside joke. So anyway, my life has not been going so great because I have what's called alcoholism. Which is, there's always one. There's always one. I'm like, yay for unhealthiness, that's cool. No, I do, I have an alcohol problem. And I'm like the worst kind of alcoholic because I always come up with dumb ideas when I drink. Which everyone is, they're all not, everyone's like, yeah, we all do that. But your dumb ideas are like, I'm going to text my ex-girlfriend tonight because I drank too much. No, mine are like, I get drunk and then I'm like, I'm going to buy a horse and rob a bank. Let's see how that goes. And I get to the point where I was drinking during the day by myself, which is always like really sad. Because at night when you drink with your friends, you always have like a story behind it. Like you call your other friends who missed out. And you're like, dude, you missed it, man. John just stuck his dick in the garbage disposal. It's crazy tonight. But during the day, like, what are you going to do? You're going to call your friends and be like, hey, man, you missed it. I'm drunk and watching Law & Order again. Really drunk, too, because Mariska Hargitay is starting to look like a woman. Mariska Hargitay fans are here tonight. All right, that's fine. All right for that. I think the first thing that made me realize I had a drinking problem was when the warning labels on the Tylenol bottle actually applied to me. So if you have 3 or more alcoholic drinks a day, do not take this product. I have 21 a day. Why the fuck do you think I need it? Kind of a dick move on Tylenol's part. They're like, hey, we have the cure for the hangover, but you can't take it if you drink. Like, fuck you guys. It's like saying I have the cure for syphilis, but you can't take it if you've ever fucked an Asian hooker. How else do you get it? That's how you get it, right? So I went online and I looked up ways you can tell you might have a drinking problem. And the first one I saw, I didn't agree with. The first one was, if you continuously hurt your friends because of your drinking, you might have a problem. And I thought, if I continuously hurt my friends, it sounds like they have the fucking problem. Maybe they should pick better friends. I don't have a problem. I have great friends who stick behind my side even if I'm a douchey drunk. Sounds good to me. So I started doing the 12-step program, and that's kind of what brought me back to drinking. The first step was pretty easy. It was admitting you're an alcoholic. I was doing that in college. I'd be like, hand me another shot, man. Hey, fuck, I'm an alcoholic. But step number 2 was difficult. Step number 2 is recognizing there's a higher power. And I thought, what's a higher power than vodka? The answer is peyote, and the rest of the road to recovery was rainbows and unicorns. I try to relax. I've been watching a lot of TV. I stumbled across a marathon of a show the other day that I don't know if it was the best show I've ever seen or the worst show I've ever seen. It was a show called Finding Bigfoot. Have you guys ever seen it? And they make it so exciting, like maybe this is the episode where they might actually find him. Like, even if Bigfoot was real, they wouldn't find him on this show, because then they wouldn't have a fucking show. Imagine the first episode, they're like, look guys, found him! Series finale. Go see if they're hiring her at Chasing Chupacabra. But I was watching this marathon, and there was an episode where they actually came to Rhode Island. Do you guys know this? They came to Rhode Island. And they said while they were here, they found evidence Bigfoot was at one point in East Greenwich. A giant hairy beast thought to himself, best place to hide? Town full of rich white people. Those people turn into an angry mob if an Asian family moves in. What are they going to do to Bigfoot? He's tall and hairy. You should hang out with Anthony over here. He'd be smart enough to run out of a white man with a scissors. Another thing I watch all the time is the Game Show Network. I don't know if you guys watch that at all. I love that station. They do a couple things that piss me off, though. Like, they'll show reruns on the same day. Like, they'll show an episode of Family Feud at 11 o'clock. Then the same exact episode of Family Feud again at 4 o'clock. And I thought, why would they do this? And then I realized it's because I'm the only asshole watching the Game Show Network for 5.5 hours. It's like the producers are even saying to me, Mike, get a fucking job. The other thing you do is their commercials are ridiculous. First half of the day, it's all these drug commercials. You're dying of this, you're dying of that, you gotta take this drug, take this drug, take that drug, take this drug. And you start freaking out a little bit, you buy into it. But then, halfway through the day, they flip on you, and all of a sudden it's these lawyer commercials like, if you took any of the drugs from earlier today, you are screwed. Commercials in general weird me out a little bit. Like, I saw one the other day, and I thought, this is the worst advertising I've ever seen for a commercial. It was a commercial for Always Pads. And the tagline for this commercial was, have a happy period. See, some girls just laugh, but every guy in here just thought, happy period? Buying that shit from my girlfriend. The problem is that's the wrong demographic. Guys aren't buying the pads, girls are. And girls know there's no such thing as a happy period, right? Except there is actually one kind. Like, what if you were going to the store buying your Always Pads, but the original point to your day was that you were going to buy a pregnancy test? Boom, that's a happy period.
That's a happy period! Woo!
I said, holy fuck. These are a bunch of almost pregnant girls that are just like, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what's happening, I hope I'm not. Holy shit. But I think that I should help them with their advertising. Like, they could have a product called Dodge the Bullet with wings. I recently moved in with my girlfriend, and what I mean by that is she was my roommate, and then we started dating. Because we had to, because no other girl in the world would date me as long as I had a female roommate. You guys would rather hear I had gonorrhea than a female roommate. And you girls would come up with the weirdest scenarios of what might be happening between us. I actually heard this one time. I was on a date, and this girl's like, you live with a girl? What if one day you're peeing? She accidentally walks in, sees your thing, and just wants to go down on you. Like, then she's going to get pee in her face. That's fucking weird. That girl likes pee in her face. But she's a cool chick, though. We like a lot of things in common: comic books, action movies, video games. And the cool thing with the video games is she plays her video games on the PC, and I play mine on the PS3, which works out perfectly. Because some guys brag their girlfriend actually plays games with them. Like, oh, me and my girlfriend played Call of Duty together. And the other guy's like, oh, that's the coolest girl ever. No, my girl is the coolest girl ever because you know what she does while I'm playing video games? Leaves me the fuck alone. I don't want my girlfriend playing video games with me. Half the reason I play them is so I don't have to talk to her anymore. Which, don't get me wrong, I know that's why she's playing hers, too. Like, I can't picture playing games with her. She's like, you know, he keeps shooting me. Why don't you ever stick up for me? Probably what I'd be saying to her, actually. She didn't come tonight. She comes to a lot of my shows. She couldn't make it tonight. And the last time I had a show and she didn't make it, I came home that night and I found out she, while I was gone, had just decided to pleasure herself. Which is fine, that's cool. Do you think? In fact, that makes less work for me. But I got into bed and I felt this anti-aircraft missile go up my ass. She had left her dildo in the bed. Which, by the way, like girls always say like size doesn't matter. Then they buy the giantest dildo they could ever fucking find. And I realized that's why. That's why they say that, because our size doesn't matter. Because once we fall asleep, they're going to shove a submarine up their vagina. I never want to hear a girl say again, do you know how painful it is to have a baby come out of your vagina? I don't care, because you know what? You take something the same size and shove it right back in. So anyway, I see this dildo and I pick it up and I go to put it away. And this thing is like, it made me so uncomfortable, and I felt like down as a man. And it wasn't because of the dildo itself, because of her. Because she shakes weights thing in her, she shakes it in her vagina. I can barely lift it. She's way stronger than me. Just one last thing before I get off stage, I want to tell you guys a story about the worst date in the world I've ever been on. It was with a girl I met on Plenty of Fish, which, for any of you in here who don't know what Plenty of Fish is, it's a free dating site where unemployed guys and single moms fall in love. And I sign on there and I start to notice like trends in profiles, like immediately. Like there's the girl who's like bitter about dates. Like she signed on all excited. She was like, I'm Amanda and I love life and I can't wait to meet the man of my dreams. But now she's been on a couple dates and she knows what Plenty of Fish is like. And that's all pushed down, and at the top in capital letters it just says, if you're going to take me to Walt's Roast Beef, go fuck yourself. And there's the energetic girl. Her profile's like, I like hiking and camping and long walks on the beach. I'm like, fuck you, I like short walks from the bed to the couch. It's just not my speed. Then there's the girl who loves drama. You always know her because the first thing it says in her profile is, I hate drama. If you hated it, you'd avoid it, and you wouldn't think it was the first thing you need to fucking bring up in a conversation. So this girl sends me a message, and she seemed pretty normal and cool, and I asked her on a date, and I tell her to pick any restaurant she wants to go to, and this is where she makes her first crazy move. Because we get to this restaurant, and our waiter is her ex-boyfriend. Oh. Yeah, and he comes up to the table and he says to me, you stole my girlfriend, man. And I hate this expression to begin with, because, like, steal your girlfriend? Like, what, he come home from work one day and he was like... I could have swore I left her right there. I wish you could steal girlfriends. Like, when my friends are like, my girlfriend gives the best blowjobs, I'd be like, mine now! And this girl is the worst. Like, we're having just the worst conversations. She's awful. Everything about it is bad. And then I end up drinking a lot. And she asked me back to her place. And I go, because this is what I was saying about having bad decisions when I drink. We get to her house, and there's this long, long hallway with just door, like a bunch of rooms. It was like the perfect scene for one of those Benny Hill chases. Except there weren't cops and robbers behind these doors. I said to her, what are all these bedrooms? And she goes, oh, those are my kids' rooms. I go, how many kids do you have? She goes, 8. And then I asked a question I didn't want to know the answer to, but I had to ask. You know that scene in the horror movie when the girl goes to open the door when she hears a noise in it and you're like, no, don't do it. That's what you would have been saying to me as I asked this question. How many dads? You know the answer, it's 8. I said, fuck. I'm about to make a baseball team. Let's do this shit. My name is Mike Casey. Thank you very much. Have a good night.